There we, there we go. Finally, it took a good few times for me to get this right. Just a lot of like small things. Just a moment ago, at first, I couldn't hear myself, and then I realized the microphone wasn't plugged in correctly. So I plugged in the microphone so I could hear myself through the microphone. Started recording again. Noticed the light was a bit weird, so I fixed that. Started recording, recorded for a minute, realized the microphone still hasn't been gone or been going because OBS didn't register the mic. So yeah, this is like the fourth try or something. A lot more than I usually do. And it's very interesting sitting like this. I look very different, or from this lighting does a lot of difference, and with the bike white background. I mean, it's a little bit more. It's a little bit less personal for me having it this way too, which is nice in one way, in the sense of, or I don't really want that really, but it's better, a less cluttered background, and I don't really need to mind what's in the background either. Not because I usually do, but I don't really have anything to hide, really, except that it's really fucking messy right now. It's also because the remodeling I did. Is it called remodeling? I really should know this. I think it's remodeling. I don't know. But yeah, also because I bought new things, a lot of new things. Because, yeah, new headphones, new monitor, a new CPU, and a cooler. I have a lot of big boxes I should have thrown out, but I haven't done it yet. I've been. It's been a very few strange days. As a very strange few days. There we go. I said it wrong at first and realized it was wrong, but I didn't know what the correct sentence would be, but it turned out fine. It turned out fine. I don't know how the audio will differ from this really. I mean, it almost should be a little bit better, but because maybe it's actually a little bit more echoey, I think. Yeah. I heard it's a slight echo. It's not bad, but I do hear it. If I just. I don't hear it. I do. No. No. I only hear it in the microphone. Or in my headphones, rather. But it's only clear in the registering of microphone. Which. I mean, it's a little bit strange. I don't know if I can avoid that somehow. I mean, I'm almost sitting in a corner, but a meter from a corner that way. So that might be a problem. I got my rug over there that I don't use. I might do a little bit like of sound, not a sound booth, but just put it in the corner, the mat, the rug. Just now it's rolled up and standing against the wall and doing nothing right now. And I'm not sure I want to have a rug on the floor yet either. I don't think I'm down for that. It's a pretty big rug, but if I would put it on the floor, I probably need to whip the shit out of it because it was a long time I did that. And I don't really have the tools for it, or I don't have a whip, a rug whip. Rug whip. Is it called rug whip? It sounds like a fucking incredible name for someone. I don't know if rug whip is a forename or surname. Rug whip Hornsby. Matt rug whip. Works either way. Michael Rugwhip. Hmm. I haven't been writing anything, which I've said I'm supposed to start doing more writing and reading. Done none of that. I might do it today. I haven't done much today. It's one of those days for me which I don't I just kind of want the day just to pass. It's very strange. It's it's a dumb view to have really of the day, but that's just kind of what I feel. I just want to go to bed and skip to the next day. I don't really know why. As I said, it doesn't make sense because I don't have anything in plan for tomorrow either. So, I mean, it will just be the same tomorrow. And that's not a good headspace, even though I feel alright right now. I I'm gonna try putting it on this side to see how audio changes, rotating it. Maybe it helps. It shouldn't. But yeah, it's just not a good headspace to be in. It's not the worst headspace ever either. Not to me at least. I mean, I've been in worse places mentally. But also when like you just want time to pass and not for the reason that you're looking forward to anything. I mean, if you're looking forward to something, it's I guess it's more sensible to be wanting time to pass because you got something you probably will appreciate or enjoy or whatever. And I've had that feeling because I've been ordering stuff, new things, and it should have passed, but it kind of hasn't. I'm very happy about them. The new headphones are fucking incredible. I love them. The audio is actually better when it's on that side, I think, which is strange. Well, yeah, I got a new headphones, new monitor, new CPU. I'm very happy with it. Well spent money. It's more, it's yeah. I haven't spent this amount of money in a long time, or not that bad to be honest. I went to Croatia this summer. I spent more then, but I went to a fucking other country and we rented places to live and drank alcohol for 17 days or 18 days straight. So that's also very expensive. Alcohol in Croatia, a lot cheaper than Sweden. Not that cheap still. The beer is a lot better price if you're like going out and eating, but which we did quite a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I I'm happy I bought the things I did because I feel that it have improved my life quality a little bit. Less to worry about. Don't need to worry about my computer dying as quickly now because the processor was I I don't really have a lot to go on, but at least the cooler was dying on me. And if if I if my computer fucking died, I would not enjoy that. It's better that I actually took out and changed that part, which hopefully is the one that would have failed the first, or yeah, but we will never know that. Right now, still need new hard drives because my both of my hard drives have failed. So I'm only running two SSDs now. Solid state drives. A solid state it's basically a hard drive, but no mechanical part. So, and it's a lot faster than hard drives. I don't know why I felt the urge to explain what a SSD is, but that's how we roll. Yeah, so I don't have. too much planned today. I mean, it's 5:10 now, so I really shouldn't have a lot planned. How long have I been awake? 7 hours. About 7 hours. So, yeah, at least my daily rhythm, my day cycle, night cycle is all right. Because, or it depends. It depends on how long I will be awake now too. Because I've been being awake for 24 hours straight quite often now. I did it like, was it Thursday to Friday? I think I did it. Was awake for 24 hours. Sleep out. Friday, I got a good amount of sleep, like 8 hours at least or something. Maybe a bit more. 9, maybe. And yeah, and Saturday I was awake for 24 hours again and didn't go to bed first yesterday, which is Sunday because it's Monday today. If you didn't know the days of the weeks, the days of the week. I don't know what's correct, weeks or week. Is it plural or singular in this case? Maybe both. Well, yeah. So I was awake for 24 hours again yesterday, or the day before yesterday, or yesterday. Depends. Both. Or really yesterday, or it doesn't really matter. It's a technicality. I don't know which is correct. And yes, so I don't know why I've been doing that. Yesterday I kind of did it to turn back the time. Instead of going to bed, I decided to stay awake for a while, because otherwise I would have gone to bed at around 10 or 12 a.m. then, and that wouldn't been great because the other time when I were up 24 hours this Friday or Thursday, I also kind of did that to get my like time to wake up and go to sleep a little bit better, but I don't know. It kind of worked out. I've had a very long weekend, and this week's been very long because I've been awake a lot and haven't slept a lot, so that's good. Uh, eh? I don't know. It's even though I was awake for I was awake for about 12 or 8 hours more than that's the ordinary time for a weekend. The weekend felt so short. It's Monday today. How did that happen? It was Saturday and Sunday, and then it was Monday. That's how it happened. But it feels strange. It's because it should have felt like a really long one, but something about staying awake for the makes it like one day instead. Because even though I was technically experiencing more, I found, even though it was 2 days, I found those as as one because I only slept once. And it should feel like it was a long week because it was, but it feels the other way around, which is a little bit annoying. Like, it's kinda I didn't look to maximize my weekend really, but I still feel annoyed that it felt shorter than it should have. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It makes a little bit sense, but it doesn't make sense. Yeah, so I don't know what to do today, really. I've been drinking a lot of hard bread. I've been eating a little bit of hard bread and drinking a lot of water today. So at least I've done something good drinking water. Haven't done anything else purposefully today. I don't know. I really don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to get my life back on track. I mean, it's such a mess. Or it's mostly my school part of life that's really a mess at the moment, but. Or not really. There's a fucking plastic bag here. Yeah, as I said, it's messy. Messy, messy, messy. This part, also messy, but less messy. I'm gonna focus on cleaning up the desk part again. I've removed a lot of crap that I don't need on the desk, that's always sitting on the desk. It's not here anymore. Instead, I got a bunch of other crap on my desk. Your welcome, self. But I enjoy the remodeling of this so much. I'm gonna check if it's called remodeling. Sorry for the clicks. Remodeling. It's definition. There we go. What a interesting fuck. I don't think remodeling is the one I'm looking for. Remodeling is like the. What the fuck is that called then? Because I thought it might be that remodeling is when you like refurbish the room. It must be. Holy shit. Möblera om. Engelska. There we go. Refurnish. Oh, that makes sense. And remodeling is okay. So close, yet so far away. I knew it was something strange with remodeling, but yeah. At least I hopefully will remember this in the future and not say the wrong word again. But okay. So remodeling is when you like switch floors and paint them and shit like that. Refurnishing makes sense because, yeah, you know, you're furnishing, but again. So, yeah, I still haven't bought a trimmer. Need to trim my beard. Because I don't like to shave cleanly anymore. I don't like the look, or I prefer the look with a little bit of facial hair, even though I don't have a lot going on. Like it's not that dense yet, and it's very uneven at the moment. It's all right. It's all right. But it's a little bit too long at the moment, really, because how thick it is, or how thick it isn't, rather. I couldn't come up with the right word for the opposite of thick. It's a really easy word, but it's just. It's so easy to forget words too. For me, in English at least. I forget quite a lot of words in Swedish too. I use a lot of English words. We already do. I mean, probably about 50% of Swedish is either German, French, or English. Garage, t-shirt. What we got more? We got a lot of words, but I'm trying to list a few things and I can't come up with a lot of them right now. Garage. Shorts. Yeah, we call them shorts. I was a little bit confused, but do we really call them shorts? Yeah, yes, we do. Shorts, shorts, shorts. I don't even know how I pronounce that in Sweden. Shorts, 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 instead of shorts. But yeah, language interesting. I really need to learn a third one. I have no idea what language are that is supposed to be. That is supposed to be. That are supposed. Yes, that is supposed to be what it's supposed to be. I hear someone talking through the microphone, but I can't hear it in real life. What the fuck was that? Hmm. This setup is a lot better though. I mean, in the sense of where I'm looking a little bit too. I'm looking at myself right now, as you might be able to notice, instead of looking a little bit higher. Because I like to watch myself. I talked about this before, but it's something, I don't know. I find it very intriguing looking at myself while I'm talking, even though it's slightly off sync. It's just very interesting watching your expressions and things like that, or just things you do and how you look when you try to have a conversation. I'm not really having a conversation, but I'm fooling myself to have one to some extent. I mean, something I would love to do is someone or film myself in my natural habitat, or especially when interacting with other people. I mean, not just a short, because I mean, it happens that I see, but how today's formed. I mean, those snippets are really snippets of when someone else recorded me, Snapchat or whatever the fuck. And I mean, that's not really a good representation. It's too short for for one, and I don't know. It's just I really don't know. I don't. I lost my trail of thought. Is it called once more? I've already googled once today, and I've googled its trail. I'm pretty sure trail of. No, it's train. Fuck. I don't know. That one's really hard for me. I've got a pretty good memory, to be honest, in some scenarios, but I also got a really poor memory in others. Or it isn't really, or it kind of depends on the scenario, but it's more of there's a certain kind of information I can remember things for a very long time. It's usually things I have experienced or stuff like that. But when it comes to dates, example birthdays, I can't remember any fucking birthdays. I can remember my mother's birthday and myself. I can't remember my sister's. I barely can remember if she's born in February or January, but I'm pretty sure it's February. But I have no idea what the date is. Like, it's completely blank. It's like the 27th or something. What if I actually said the right date? I would be very impressed with myself. And that just goes to show that I'm fucking terrible at dates and I have a terrible memory when it comes to some things. But yeah, my memory is, I think, above average, really, when it comes to a few things, but very lacking in others. It took a real long time for me to learn the days of the week when I was a kid, but the bigger problem is the months of the year. I mean, I was like 13 or 14 when I learned that. But I've always been a little bit slow on the uptake with things because probably with my dyslexia and ADHD more of, but I've always also been excelling in others, and with age I learned to compensate with, or get better at those things I were lacking in. And yeah, I I can just imagine how many silly things or how many obvious things I can't comprehend at the moment just because how my brain is wired. Because there's a lot of things I've been having such a fucking hard time with when I was younger. I still have a hard time with a lot of things, but it's just that I've also been improving a lot of things during the years. So many is another word for a lot of. I use a lot of. There's a good few words I need to vary up my over expand my dictionary in, or rather, words I should use more synonyms for, because my lacking skills in English sometimes makes me repeat one word a lot of times in a short amount of time or in a few sentences, and it's not a, it's a very annoying way to speak or listen to. But I mean, that's also kind of how language works. But I don't know. I want to improve. I want to improve my English so fucking much. Not always getting the result I'm looking for, which is a little bit unfortunate. I mean, it's not that easy to just improve it. It's something you really need to work on it. And I haven't been working, or I've been working my ass off with it. I could work harder in some senses too. But I think the right way to go, read more, write more. Bam. There we go. It's fuck. It's just something I need to do overall in my life. Read, write more. It will help me, and I don't do it enough. Which kind of pisses me off a little bit. I mean, why is it so hard? Just sit the fuck down and read a book, you fucking piece of shit. That's yeah, that's how I feel about the situation. You can do whatever you want. You're not a piece of shit if you don't want to read. I mean, you're that's fine, but I don't know. It's it's also because I mean, it's probably somewhere because my dyslexia and ADHD. I mean, I fucking hated reading and writing when I was younger. I still fucking hate to write. I don't mind typing. I'm not a good typer either. I have this very weird finger position. I'm basically first person shooter damaged, so I have my fingers one set to the left instead. So I got it on like shift control my pinky instead of A. But yeah, that's also something I'm fucking need to practice on. Which I will do when I write, is to actually fucking learn to type correctly after 22 years. I've been fucking living with computers my entire life, but I still can't type properly. And it doesn't really matter as it's effective. The thing is, it's not effective the way I write. I mean, it's more effective than when I try to write or type correctly, but I mean, I could get a lot better with typing. But it's so It's so fucking, like, it's just in my brain by now. And I should have practiced this earlier when I was younger, but so I should do it now before I say the same thing and 10 years have passed. Because that's fucking life. You want to do things, but you don't. That's at least how I work with a lot of things. But to give myself some appreciation and shit like that, I actually learned to longboard when I was like 16. And I mean, back then it felt like a fucking piece of work. It was. I mean, even back then things felt too late. And when, I mean, I think a lot of, that's a bad limitation a lot of people, including myself, is taking on is like, I'm too old to learn this thing. No. I don't think there's such a thing as being too old for something. It might make it harder. Like learning a language, the longer you wait, the harder it gets. At least I can speak English fairly well. Fluently, but not perfectly. But yeah. And I started pretty early with that. Not too early, really. We have it in school and stuff like that, but it took quite. The problem, probably why I don't speak better English than I actually do, is probably because I didn't start learning English more actively before I was like 12, 11, 12, maybe. It was when I started watching English movies without subtitles or with English subtitles. It was I was 12 when I did that. More. And then I started speaking online in English when I was like 14, 14, 15 about. So it's taken me about 7 years of fairly actively speaking to get to this point with English. I mean, that's not too bad. 8 years or something. Or, yeah, it's been longer than that because it's not like I didn't learn any English before that, but I haven't mastered the language for sure. Or maybe I have. It depends on how you look at it. Mastering and mastering is, if it's truly mastering, I never will. Then probably no one will. But at least at least I can almost express myself as well in English as in Swedish. Not quite, but the whole expressioning, and it's something I need to work on overall. That's why I do this, because I've realized that I'm not happy with my expressions. Like, I didn't have a lot of ways to express myself when I was younger. Before I did the YouTube videos, like I started when I was. That's also around when I was like 16. I didn't. I didn't really have a lot of ways to express myself. I don't. I don't paint. I don't draw. I mean, I do draw very rarely, and I'm not good at it. But I like drawing. But I've never had any way to express myself. I'm not musically talented. I don't know. Like, at least it's something that helped me so much when I was starting making YouTube videos, gaming videos. A lot of things changed about me back then, so just being more used to talking a lot more. I was very depressed when I started too, and a lot more than now. I was like 17 when I started doing YouTube videos, now that I think about it. 18 even, maybe. I think it's 18 even. Yeah, probably. And 4 years of YouTube have gotten me here. I don't know, like, it's not too bad. I'm very happy with my progress. the progress is quite significant if you compare. If you look the 2 last years since I started vlogging, not too much. I mean, there's a clear difference, really, and I feel the difference inside of me. I feel a lot more compared to then, but and I've also become a lot better at. Even though back then I had already done gaming videos for 2 years, but then there's the part of like playing a game at the same time, trying to be entertaining, speaking a second language. Like it's quite the thought process, and I don't think I hadn't practiced. I practiced the streaming consciousness a lot back then, but doing the vlogging, especially daily too, it just allows me to fucking ramble constantly. It kinda did before too, but it's another element having nothing to look at really. When you're playing a game, you have the game to distract and to gain things to talk about from. But when you're by yourself staring into a camera, you only got yourself to speak and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I'm fucking proud of being able to do this though. I mean, I don't know how useful it is. It's very useful in the everyday life according to like me learning to express myself in another language and overall. But I mean, it's a lot of time I spent doing this. A lot of time. And yeah, I'm spending like a 30th of my day doing YouTube now too. Except that I've taken a break now, the 4 days break. Hopefully everything should go back to doing regular daily things, but you know, I don't want to overdo it really. I didn't feel like doing it too much. Or I kind of felt like doing it uh, the other days to some extent, but now I've actually been missing it a little bit. And I don't know, it's just I just fucking enjoy doing this. And I don't know. I also enjoy it more than speaking to other people mostly, which is fucking insane, but I'm rarely as entertained when as I am when I'm speaking to myself or to you, but like in the fact if I look around I'm just alone in a fucking room and I spend so much time doing this, and I mean modern times at least there's the opportunity to do this. Otherwise maybe I would do it to a fucking wall instead, and then I would be considered crazy for sure. But yeah, it's fucking nice to have somewhere to express, even though it's so hidden away, this little small channel. And I don't care about too many finding it. I don't even like people finding it. And I have showed it to people, but I've also regretted it too. But I mean, it's okay. No, none of my friends does watch this anyway. Very rarely, anyhow. But I've actually showed it to 4 friends about. Might show it to another friend though. This channel. I showed him my gaming channel a while ago. But I don't know. I kind of want it to be. I like the solidarity of it. Is it? It's not the right word. The soul. The not the kind of not the privacy either. But I don't know if there even is a word that express what I'm looking for. I'm trying to look for a concentrated word explaining this, but I don't think there is. Or there probably is, but I don't know it. But I don't even fucking know what my point is now. Yeah, I do. I kinda do. It's I don't know. I might as well just put this on a hard drive really, and I'm doing it partly also to save space though, because videos take a lot of space, especially gaming videos. But the vlogging part, I mean, it might as well be on a hard drive, more or less, but I'm just putting it out there because why not? What am I afraid of? I'm still afraid though, because I'm still not trying to get it out there really, but I'm so I have a strong cognitive dissonance about how I use YouTube and my views on it, like my own YouTube. Very divided thoughts. I mean, when I did it, like when I was younger, I guess I had this dream of becoming a YouTuber. Like someone that's actually YouTubing, and it will be fucking incredible to be able to live on it from it. But yeah, when I was younger, that kind of was my dream. I don't know, maybe it's still my dream to some extent. Not really. I mean, I don't really know. Now I thought about it a lot more, that maybe I've been like, I don't know if I would have enjoyed it. I think I'm happy for it. Anything didn't really happen with it, but I don't know. I probably wouldn't take, or especially before. Um, it's probably for the best simply. And it wasn't great, the things I did either. I improved a lot doing it though, and that's the purpose behind it. That's why I started really, because I wanted to get better at speaking in for a school thing when we were going to speak in radio. So I practiced for that, and just also because I wanted to do YouTube videos since I was like 14 or something. Yeah, around then. Probably a little bit earlier, even, but fuck. I love YouTube. YouTube's so fucking great. I spent so much time on this site. It's incredible. Like, oh my god. The thought, like, everything. If I. Holy shit, YouTube's probably taking a third of my life by now. And I don't know, just I've been very obsessed with this website. Watching so much YouTube, trying to understand it. I still don't understand it though. I got an all right amount of knowledge on of how YouTube works, but a lot of systems and stuff I didn't know about. And it still like it gave me a lot of knowledge about, like, before I started YouTubing I knew a lot about YouTube, but it's first when you start making your own videos you start understanding a lot more from there, and then actually having an audience also probably teaches you a lot about YouTube. Well, I don't have an audience really. It's nice. It's strange. I don't know if I want an audience. I mean, first of all, who would watch this? It's 44 and 9 seconds in, and I'm just talking to myself. I don't know. I think. I mean, I deserve more subscribers than I do, in the sense of if I compare to what I'm doing to other people with like 3 subscribers, and not necessarily only. Some people that do fucking incredible things with that amount, but I've also seen people with 20 or 50,000 subscribers, and I'm just wondering how the fuck did this happen? You don't deserve this. I'm sorry. And that just goes to show that no one can fucking control YouTube at all either, because it's so random who blows up. I mean, as I said, I don't really want to blow up really, but or maybe I do. I don't know what I want to do with it, but it's just very random, especially these days. Way back when, 8 years ago, maybe. I mean, there were a lot of YouTubers by then, but it was around then people started be able to live on it for the first time, where like actual YouTubers started. Maybe 8 years too long for that even. Maybe it's like 6 years since people have actually been able to do it. Yeah. No? I don't know. Probably. I don't know. It's been a good few years now at least. So there's so fucking many YouTubers. There's so many YouTubing. I mean, the site is only growing and growing as far as I know because not too many years ago it got the entire old generation going with it that didn't know that it existed to some extent. Like, I mean, the world's population. Oh, I spit a lot of spit simply. I spat everywhere. There must be. I mean, the population of the world, probably like 98 or 95%, probably should know what YouTube is. I'm just pulling that straight out of my ass, so I have no idea how many people are aware of YouTube. Maybe it's a lot less than I think. Maybe it's like 80% really. Maybe that's too high even too. But I mean, everyone got smartphones now. I mean, even in countries that are fairly poor, there's smartphones everywhere. It's such a strange thing going across the world now, and everyone got smartphones. But I haven't been to Africa barely at all, so maybe I haven't spread there. But I got really surprised when I got to Thailand and everybody had smartphones. Uh, because I hadn't been there in 5 years, so that changed from people not having no ordinary phones to everybody having smartphones. Very crazy. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting how that actually affects society or our species, because soon everyone will have a smartphone or the equivalent of that, or the next thing. I don't know. I don't think the smartphone will die out. I don't think there's anything one upping that in a good amount of time. There will be things added to it, but phones is probably something we are going to have for a long time until we get this, I don't know, chip or whatever it is. It's basically gonna be a phone or a computer with the capability of a cellular phone, but I mean, smartphones aren't really phones anymore either. I mean, they're computers that you can with cellular functions. But I mean, phones are barely phones today. And I remember there were a few. I remember when they added a few phones when they started. Like the smartphones didn't really start then, but when people had like touch screens and stuff like that in the beginning of phones, and there was like a phone that you couldn't actually call from or something like that, or it was fucking complicated to do, which is quite hilarious. But that's how things will go in the future too. I mean, calling by, I don't think that's something we will do for long. I think that everything will go off Wi-Fi or 3G or 5G or 4G or whatever. Because I don't know, it doesn't seem I don't think it will survive simply the way we've been using phones earlier. I think it will be replaced by just going through the internet because better speeds, better connection, more stable connections. Maybe not stable though. It's more stable in one sense, but I don't know. I don't know if like the phone network. I don't like the grid of phoneage. You know, the signal. I don't know what the signal's called actually, but the one that actually transfers a call, that the signal that is a call. I don't think that will be used for calling anymore, or not much longer. I mean, a lot of people already don't do that. I barely do it. I mean, there's Facebook Messenger, which you can call through Skype. I mean, Discord, there's so many things. And I don't know. There's gonna be a fucking huge change in the world. Or we've already gone through that huge change, really. But holy fuck, the human race have evolved the last 100 years. It's fucking crazy. It's completely fucking bonkers to think where we were 100 years ago. Like, oh my god. Just my lifetime. Very strange. Very strange. Well, I'm actually going to the bathroom. I've been recording. I almost want to go for the entire hour, but it feels a little bit too much. Little bit too much. Yeah. I don't know. I'm I fucking love making strange voices and things. I haven't done it enough lately because in the gaming videos I could do all the crazy voices I wanted to the left and to the right and to the center and just do it all the time. But I mean, it's a little bit more strange doing it here, but I should apply more strangeness to this because I enjoy doing it. I mean, and I enjoy doing this, and this is why I do this, is because I am enjoying it. So, enjoying it even more, even better. Yes, thank you. You're welcome. Self. I don't know. I'm feeling very strange today. It kind of feels like I've been drinking a lot of coffee, but I've barely eaten, and I've only drinking a lot of water. But I think the whole part of drinking a lot of water triggers something in me because I often drink too little. And when I look back, like a year ago or something, when I actually started drinking a lot more water, like maybe that's what's happening because my the blah, 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 burping, sorry. My dehydration levels has gotten to this point I were with or on when I mean, I was very productive back then, like 2 years ago, but at the same time, not at all. Maybe I'm thinking 2.5 years ago, even. Maybe 3. I had this point when I was like 19. I was unemployed, gone through high school or gymnasium, and I mean, I kind of wanted to relax for a while, like feel. Just I didn't want to just straight up starting a job directly after. So I chill out for the entire summer, and then I don't know. I didn't search for a lot of jobs for a long while, and because I was just worn out because having dyslexia and ADHD and then completely in school with above grades, it took a lot of out of me. So I thought like, okay, this in the coming months, I have the opportunity, the perfect opportunity to just focus on myself, get things together, then starting doing whatever I want to do, like starting working or whatever. Just I had this period of time to focus on myself, and I started. Mm, training my memory a lot, like doing a lot of mental challenges or brain workouts and stuff like that. Saw a lot of improvements doing that too. It might be just like the exercises that I got better at doing rather than my whole brain getting overhauled, really, but I think it helped me a lot, really, becoming more clever and intelligent to some extent. I mean, I don't know, it helped for sure. I don't know how much, but I had this time. I learned also the decimals of pi, like 32 of them in a pretty fast amount of time, maybe 36 or something even. Learned that and like um, I got just a lot of things in my mind, like got going with a lot of things, started practicing things a lot. I started the vlog around then too, and I mean, I just tried to fucking figure life out, get things sorted out, but instead I got depressed after when the winter came. I'm a little bit of a seasonal depressionist. I got seasonal depression sometimes, and mostly in the winter because my father died in January, the 6th of January 2005, 2004, 2000, no, 2005. It just turned to 2005. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Same year it's the tsunami. It should be. Yeah. 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 No. 2005, I still think. 11 years. Yes. 2005. Or was it 4? No, it must have been 5. I fucking don't know. Well, yeah. Seasonal depression and just like being. I didn't get any. Like, my plan wasn't to search for jobs like really thoroughly in the beginning. But then I did. Started to search a few jobs. I found one I really wanted for this store with a lot of computer components and stuff like that. Electrical store to some extent. A lot of cables and stuff like that. And yeah, I applied for that. Got to interview and stuff like that. Didn't get the job. Got super bummed out by it. I I don't take things. I don't take failure very well, and I don't know. I got very down because of that. But it was so many things. Like I was so unhappy with my life 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. No, 2.5. Hmm. Yeah, 2.5's good. And I mean, I just got very depressed. I treated a friend badly because of basically jealousy, and I didn't realize I was doing it really, but I was very jealous of him in a lot of different departments. Um, but I mean, it wasn't really the jealousy. It was just I felt so fucking bad, and my 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 darkness spilled over to other people to some extent. But I got very depressed. I had a lot of parties that winter too, which really, I mean, the partying really sat me in a fucking bad way. It's by then things started to go to hell, really. I mean, from being alright, then I have the house for myself that winter, had a lot of parties, and it's just, I don't know. I just started feeling fucking useless by it because through these parties so often and stuff like that. Usually within mostly friends, so there weren't a lot of people except like New Year's. It maybe was 30 people or something. But yeah, I spent. I don't know. I just spun into fucking bad, fucking terrible place. Like terrible, terrible. I think that was the last time I actually were depressed. Really? No, I was depressed last year too. I've gotten to realize this that I've been depressed a lot more than I've realized. I mean, it's taken me quite recently to look back and realize I was depressed those periods. And I will have those moments again because I'm always on the fucking brink to depression. I'm always on the edge. I'm walking the line. I'm balancing on a fucking unicycle that I'm sitting on 3 stacks of book and a glass of water, and I'm sitting on top of that, and sometimes it goes to hell. I don't know. Weird analogy. I've spoken for an hour now. I mean, I kind of wanted to do it for an hour, so I fucking did. I did it. I did it. You can't stop me either. No. No, I mean, I pointed at myself when I were supposed to point at you. Well, yeah. That's it. An hour. I've done an hour of straight talking. I mean, that's pretty good. Sometime, I'm gonna do this as long as I can. I'm gonna do it for fucking 6 hours or something. No, I don't know. 2 hours. Easy. I could do 2 hours. So easy. I probably could do 2 hours right now, but I really don't. Or I kind of want to. I mean, I'm already at 1 hour, but. Well, there's a problem. I need to go to bathroom too, because I really need to pee. And then I'm gonna take a shower. That's not necessary. It's not, I got a timeline on. The peeing though, I mean, I got an empty glass here soon, but I'm not down for that. I mean, there's no purpose of me going to that extent. Or maybe there is. Maybe I don't see the point of it, but maybe there's a good point. But yeah, 1 hour, 3 minutes. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm almost compensating for the days I missed by now. I mean, not really, but yes. Well, I'm gonna upload the old things. Look, I don't know when I will upload this. Oh, I really need to pee right now. Really. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. I doubt you have. And yeah, thanks. Goodbye. Take care of yourself.